In the first decade following the founding of the British Labour Party, the number of people regularly voting for Labour increased fivefold. Okay, so in the first decade, after we had this party, the people regularly voting increased fivefold. Does that just mean like 5 times?
Yes.
Okay. The number of committed Labour voters increased a further fivefold during the party's second decade. Since the increase was thus the same in the first and the second decade, the often made claim that the Labour Party gained more voters in the party's second decade than the first is clearly false. All right, what is our conclusion?
That the often made claim that the Labour Party gained more voters, and that whole sentence.
Yeah, is that valid? Can we say
No.
because essentially what we're saying here is like we could have had one person, right? And in the
Yes.
decade, we could have gone up to 5 people. So now we have 5 voters. And then the second decade,
Mhm.
we could have increased by 5, and that would have gotten us to potentially 25, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you said you wanted to go with C.
Yeah.
Is the data irrelevant to establishing the conclusion?
It's not irrelevant. That's exactly what we need.
I don't. I feel I think like a better word would be irrelevant. It's like not. It's not that the data isn't irrelevant. It's like we're not reading it correctly.
Right.
All right. So A says fails to specify dates needed to evaluate the truth of the conclusion, even though the argument depends. Like, no, we don't need the actual dates, right?
No. Right.
All right. B says draws a conclusion that cannot be true if all the data advanced in it support are true.
Yeah. That's the answer.
I would like that because because if this is true, our conclusion.
Yeah.
D says fails to allow for the possibility that the policy positions, like we don't care about the policy positions.
Mhm.
And E overlooks the possibility that their elections were held in one of, like we don't care that they were held in one of
No.
the decades. Yeah, so it's I think B is almost too easy, which is what makes this question hard for people.
Maybe.
Because it's like the draws, like can that conclusion be true if all the data supporting it is true?
Yeah.
We're literally multiplying a number again by 5.